The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Catherine walked through its crystalline doors. Her boots scuffed military-grade leather. Not the ceremonial silk the other delegates wore echoed against the polished floors. Behind her, Kevin followed, his jaw set in that particular way that meant he was restraining himself from saying something diplomatic relations would regret. They were the last humans the council wanted to see. Ambassador Velthor of the Kryn Collective shifted uncomfortably in his seat. The insectoid diplomat's antennae twitched as Catherine approached the central podium, her gray uniform a stark contrast to the flowing robes around her. The council recognizes Earth's delegation, Velthor announced, his translator rendering his clicking mandibles into standard galactic. We offer our condolences for the tragedy at Colony 7. Condolences? Catherine repeated flatly. She placed her hands on the podium, and every camera in the chamber zoomed in on her face. Across 1,000 worlds, billions watched. You offer condolences for the systematic extermination of 40,000 civilians. Men, women, children, condolences. The Thixian representative, a being of pure energy contained in a crystalline matrix, pulsed nervously. The Zarkoth Dominion has been reprimanded. Kevin's voice cut through from his position behind Catherine. He stepped forward. They glassed an entire colony, turned 40,000 people into shadows on broken stone. And you reprimanded them. The council operates on principles of diplomatic, began the Oranthian delegate. We know, Catherine interrupted. Her voice was ice. For 200 years we've followed your principles. When the Draxian Empire called us clever apes, we smiled and proved our worth through innovation. When the Velshara hegemony claimed humans were too aggressive for civilized space, we tempered ourselves, bit our tongues, played by your rules. She pulled out a data chip and slid it across the podium scanner. Holographic images filled the chamber surveillance footage from Colony 7's final hours. The council members looked away. Some couldn't, their biology didn't allow for it, but Catherine could see them trying. The Zarkoth knew 7 was a civilian colony, Kevin continued, his voice steady despite the rage burning in his eyes. They knew it was primarily a farming settlement, families, schools. They received our distress signals for 6 hours before they finished the bombardment. The Dominion claims it was a military target. Velthor said weakly. Catherine laughed. It was not a pleasant sound. Of course they do. And you'll believe them because that's easier than admitting you've allowed a genocidal empire to sit on this council for 3 centuries. It's easier than acknowledging that you've maintained galactic peace by letting the strong devour the weak, as long as they do it quietly. She pulled up another file. This is the Talvek incident, 70 years ago. 3 billion Talvek extinct. The council offered condolences. The Breno Massacre, 40 years ago. 100 million condolences. The sorrow of Kethrain, 20 years ago. 500 million condolences. The chamber was deathly quiet. You want to know what makes humans different? Catherine's voice dropped to barely above a whisper, but in that silence it carried like thunder. We remember. We remember every slight, every injustice, every time we swallowed our pride for the sake of your civilization, and we're done. Ambassador, you cannot mean, Velthor started. Earth is withdrawing from the Galactic Council. Effective immediately, Kevin announced. We're also withdrawing from all diplomatic treaties, trade agreements, and mutual defense pacts. The Thixian's crystalline form flared bright with alarm. You would isolate yourselves? Earth's economy, your colonies, your very survival depends on galactic integration. Maybe, Catherine acknowledged. Oh, maybe we'll do what humans have always done, adapt, survive, thrive in spite of you. She gestured to the holographic images still hovering in the chamber. You call yourself civilized. You have faster-than-light travel, energy-to-matter conversion, technology that makes you effectively immortal. And what do you do with it? You build pristine towers and write eloquent laws while children burn on distant worlds. Catherine's hand moved to her collar, and she unpinned the Galactic Unity Medallion, the symbol of Earth's membership in the Council. She held it up, let the light catch its surface one last time, then let it fall. It clattered on the polished floor with a sound like a bell tolling. Humanity tried your way, she said. We tried diplomacy, patience, understanding. We tried being civilized. And in return, you let 40,000 of our people die because punishing their murderers might destabilize galactic politics. Kevin moved to stand beside her. So here's Earth's new policy. We will no longer wait for council approval to defend ourselves. We will no longer limit our military because you find our weapons distastefully effective. We will no longer pretend that your bureaucracy is anything other than cowardice dressed in diplomatic language. This is madness. The Orthan delegate's feathers stood on end. You'll start a war. No, Catherine said simply. We're going to finish one. The Zarketh Dominion killed 40,000 humans. In your civilized way, you debate their punishment for decades while they prepare to kill 40,000 more. She turned to leave, Kevin falling into step beside her. At the door, she paused and looked back. In 36 hours, the Zarketh home system will learn what happens when you murder human children. You might want to evacuate any non-combatants. We're still human enough for that courtesy. You cannot. Velthar's voice cracked. The Dominion has a fleet of 10,000 warships. Catherine's smile was terrible to behold. Then they'll need more. As the doors closed behind them, Kevin glanced at his companion. Think they'll actually evacuate the civilians? Probably not, Catherine replied. They'll debate it first, form committees, draft proposals, and when they see what we do to the Dominion, Catherine's expression didn't change. Then they'll remember something they forgot about humans. We're not civilized despite our capacity for violence. We're civilized because we choose to restrain it. But when you back us into a corner, when you murder our children... She didn't finish the sentence. She didn't need to. Across the galaxy, humanity began to move. Ships that had been dismissed as commercial vessels deployed weapons that made Council technology look primitive. Colonies that seemed peaceful revealed military installations hidden in plain sight. The humans had been patient, had been learning, had been preparing. Earth was done being cultured. And the galaxy would never be the same.